Good evening, survivors. This is your friendly neighborhood Rabid Nut coming from Zone 2 in Dino Wars. I hope you love my new intro. Put a lot of time and effort into that. Hope Hugo appreciates the mad love. But, alright guys, so we've got 1.6 update coming soon. And this is what we got to expect. So what's new? Well, we've got the Institute Wars, which is basically the Throne Wars, and I can't remember what it was called in GOG. It's basically the same principle. You occupy it. There's 4 towers. There's a strategy involved, which I will release in another video for Zone 2 to munch on that. But we'll kind of go over the basics. Alright guys, so Institute War, the commander who finally defeats the New Dawn occupants in the Central Institute will be enshrined in Zone Legend as the first chief and leader of the resistance. Alright guys, so this is what we got going on. So for those who don't know what this is, we're going to show you what the Institute is. So this is that building, that useless building that has been in the middle of our zone, and everybody's like, what is this? And I'm like, this is something similar to a throne in Koa, but we really didn't, they really didn't understand. Many of the players in Dino Wars, at least in my zone in particular, never played Koa. They played other games very similar, but they never played Koa and GOG, and maybe they didn't have the same experience in dynamic understanding of how Fun Plus, King's Group, whatever they want to call themselves. I think they got kind of a multi-personality disorder going on there, but I digress. Alright guys, so there are 4 towers. If you hold this without holding all of these attack you. Basic principle. So you definitely got to employ some kind of strategy that I will speak on in a later date. All right, guys. So that's what we got to. That's your Zone Institute. Zone Institute. Actually, it's pretty cool looking. Just to be honest. I kind of like the GOG's version better, but this is a kind of whole different dynamic. Alright guys, so let's go back to our mail and see what we got to expect. So after that, you've got your Chaos Canyon. Jesus Christ, I can't speak today. Alright guys, so Chaos Canyon, for those, I'm going to go back to some terminology from other games that some people may understand, others may not. Chaos Canyon is the equivalent of Labyrinth in Koa. So basically what you do is that you enter this building, and only your beast can enter because it's too dangerous for humans. Just like in Koa, it was too dangerous for your for your lords to go in, so you sent your dragon. It was your dragon labyrinth. So basically what you do is that you go through, you get to there's certain levels that you'll get to, and certain levels will open up certain equipment, and that equipment can only be used in Chaos Canyon. And so as you progress, you'll get better armor, and I'm assuming they'll release some kind of gem that goes in this armor to make you better. The rewards, at least in Koa, were really great. When you got up, if you were number one, if you were number one in Labyrinth, there were some really substantial rewards. So it's something you definitely want to put some effort into if you plan on growing within this game. And for a semi free-to-play player, you could definitely, if you put some strategy and some effort into Chaos Canyon, you could definitely make some amazing rewards to grow in a substantial way. I'm not really sure what the rewards are as of right yet, but I'm sure they'll be released. And like I said, if they follow the same path as Koa and GOG, there will be a new research trial. So basically, there'll be a new set of researches, not just development, economics, and war, but there'll be a research path for this as well. So that's something definitely to look forward to. And kind of add some dynamics to this game. Take your so that warring is not your only thing. Growing within a mini game is pretty cool. All right, so progress path. Commanders receive free upgrade rewards each time when their base levels up. And I know that a lot of moderators have been catching a lot of flack because they're like, what? There's going to be base rewards? Is it going to be retroactive? I'm a level 20. Do I get the rewards for all those 20 levels? I'm on level 24, so this is going to affect me as well. I highly doubt it. I have yet to see Fun Plus or Kings Group in any way do anything retroactively. So it's kind of like Cyber. I bought into Cyber before Cyber was so readily available. So the people now that are getting Cyber and Plasma did it at a cheaper level and did it a little more effectively. I just threw diamonds at it. So it's kind of one of those things that you kind of gotta pace yourself. You gotta do certain things in a fast as possible to grow and to get strong, so that you can defend yourself against those who are gonna throw massive amounts of monies at a game. So it's kind of one of those strategy things. You pick and choose which things you're gonna throw your money into, what's gonna be worth it for you. For me, it was commander level and stats. And then as I worked my way up, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just going to rush to 26 and then eventually I'll catch up. For most people, it doesn't really work, because once you get to 26, you got to have T9s. And, if you get to 30, you got to get T10s. And then before you know it, you've got a castle full of, great troops. But the problem is you have no stats. So it's definitely something you need to kind of pick and choose what you update and upgrade, and how far are you planning on going? And then if you're not planning on going to 30 anytime soon, you might want to kind of slow down and do your research, work on your commander level, work on your beasts, and so what and so forth, and use your beast correctly, which beast works with which element within the game. Alright guys, so resistance support. If any commander suffers a major battle losses, he or she will receive compensation from the resistance for a better recovery. The Petrosaurus will also bring additional supplies from time to time. So this is basically like I said, I'm going to use terminology from another game. It's like Merlin's Concern. So when Kings Group has decided that certain percentage of your power is lost or troops are lost, so what and so forth. I'm not really sure the formula on that. When you hit that certain level, whether attacking or being attacked, your defense or offense, you'll get some kind of probably resources, probably speed ups. I know in Koa there was an item that they would give you, and it would give you depending on how many you lost, a bunch of T1s, so that you could, if you got a major loss and you got zeroed, so that you could at least open that up and use those T1s to farm, right? And to farm to an extent where you could start building back your resources and start rebuilding your troops. Probably there'll be some diamonds in there. I'm not promising that, but I'm sure there'll probably be some diamonds, maybe some diamond rewards, maybe some gold rewards, maybe some resources. I'm not really sure what they're going to put in this pack. I guess eventually we'll figure it out. So that's definitely something to look forward to. Some optimization within the Explorer trails. Honestly, I think it needs an entire overhaul. I'm curious to see what this extended story in the Explorer trials are. I think it definitely needs to. They need to remove the stamina requirement, because you've got two things that you're competing for. You've got your monster arena, which you need stamina for to do your rallies and to get those tags. And then on the other hand, you've got stamina that you're going to need for the monster stage within Diamond event. So you definitely, honestly, it's an underutilized feature, just for the pure fact that, number one, it requires stamina, and number two, the rewards are really not worth it. I mean, I do it up to my level just to do it. I really haven't got anything, substantial out of there. I'm pretty far within the Explorer trails, but I just did it just to something to record, to be honest, to make videos about. Okay, so optimizations, a new preview feature for uploading custom avatars. So I'm guessing I've not really messed a lot recently with avatars. I put one on there and I left it and I haven't messed with it. I know a lot of people like to change them and they want to kind of see what they look like before they post them, because once you put it on there, you have to wait X amount of days to put another one on there. So if it doesn't turn out the way you wanted to, or it's pixelated, or it's not visible, you're like, oh, I'm stuck with this shitty with this horrible avatar that I really don't want on there. Or maybe you click the wrong thing. You go in there and you click and you're thinking you're doing that avatar, but you're actually sending a picture of, I don't know, your girlfriend's butt. And, you're like, oh, crap, I'm going to get banned. Oh. But anyway, alright, so next feature, optimization. Commanders can wear equipment before building an arsenal. I think this is kind of useless, but apparently they wanted to optimize it. And there'll be other interface design optimizations. Whew. Got that all out. Alright, update maintenance is scheduled for the 22nd at 6:30 through 8:30 UTC time. So if you want to know what your UTC time, so you kind of know when they'll be updating it, so you can kind of get prepared, maybe put a shield on, or or maybe bring your troops in from farming, or so on and so forth. You can actually Google UTC, you can Google my UTC, and it will give you your UTC time for you. So that way you can kind of coordinate the maintenance break so that it kind of fits you. And so they give me 30 diamonds, which I think is a junky reward for putting up with some of the junk that Dino Wars keeps throwing at me and us and all of us. But, there's going to be fantastic new features, but we'll see. Alright, guys, so we've got that update coming up. Survivors beware. And I hope to see you guys on the battlefield. Alright, guys, I'm out.